Hello, hello, hello. It is Fiona here, and I am talking today about happy hormones, happy gut, and being in your body, and just tickle pink about being in your body because it feels good. I'm going to explain a little bit today about one of the hormones in particular that I must say I've probably been dealing with ladies' insulin levels for the past 16 years as far as I've been running my business to help women with weight and running detoxes, organising the home detox box, organising retreats here and coaching online. It has all been about setting this one particular hormone up first. So when I spoke to Valerie when she first came to me, she was very much saying, I can't cope, my mind is all over the place, I'm all jittery, I'm mood swings, I'm gaining weight, my waist is expanded, I can't do anything about it, no diet's working, exercise, I'm hungry all the time, I'm craving food. And all the little bips go off in my head and I'm like, brilliant, okay, now we know what we're dealing with. We're dealing with insulin resistance. We're dealing with something called a hormone that is going around and is not getting to where it should get to, or the fact that you have too much insulin running around your body. So we have to find a way to turn that around, to shut it off so that the right amount of insulin goes in and around your body. Your body cannot lose weight if there is any percentage at all of insulin running around your body. Insulin is a hormone, and insulin is there and it sends messages to the body and it transmits what's going on and it talks to the pancreas, and the pancreas says, okay, fine, I'll make some more insulin then, and the insulin's going, okay, fine, great, I'll take that to the cell, because if the cell doesn't have the insulin, then it's going to be hungry and it's going to be, just doing all sorts of weird and wonderful things. Insulin is so impressive. If the cell doesn't have any fuel, it's going to be craving and it's going to be hungry for sugar. Now, if it won't let any insulin in, then the cell is always going to be hungry, and that's why you've got sugar cravings, and that's why you've got hungry and dissatisfied when you're eating, and you feel hungry all the time, and when you eat something you want something sweet after. These are kind of the symptoms that go on when insulin is out of whack in your body. There are 7 metabolic blockers that we talked about last week. If you go back and look at the video, you'll see what those are, to what actually screws up your hormones, what really doesn't help your body whatsoever when it comes to your hormones helping you with your weight. And recent studies have showed that the quality of your gut bacteria helps immensely with balancing out one of the hormones is insulin. So when we sorted out the insulin resistance for Valerie, because she was snacking all day, she was just eating too often during the day. She was eating a lot of sugar, and she was terrified that I was going to starve her, that she was going to feel starved. But within a couple of weeks, she was like, oh my God, Fiona, I just don't have any sugar cravings anymore. I'm feeling satisfied after my meal. I don't really feel that I need to fill up anymore. I'm eating less frequently. So the patterns of being able to find the right pattern for her, what worked for the eating pattern, was just absolutely phenomenal. Within a very short space of time, she'd lost 1 whole dress size. And then what we did is we slowly staggered it so that she was losing like 2 pounds a week. And eventually she was getting into the clothes at the back of the wardrobe, the dresses. She was having to go shopping for a brand new wardrobe. And the same thing happened as well for another client of mine, Elaine. And she was cross with me at one point, very, 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 very cross with me. And she said, I'm really cross with you, Fiona. She said, I've been waiting for such a long time to put on my favourite dress. She said, there it is at the back of the wardrobe, and it's got my eye the whole time. I'm looking at this favourite dress going, yes, I can't wait. She said, but I was nervous to try it on. She said, I've been working with you for a couple of months, and she said, I went to the back of the wardrobe and I got my favourite dress out and I put it on, and blow me, it's too big. She said, I'm so furious that I've waited this long to put my dress on, and already in 2 months it is too big for me. So what we're talking about today is how insulin works in the body and how you can get it under control. So your insulin levels are happy, your hormones are happy, you're happy, your waistline is happy, you've got more energy and all those kind of things. So I'm just going to go into a little bit more detail about that. Insulin. Ooh, just vacated out there from it. It's the cause of pre-diabetes and diabetes, and it needs to be managed. It really, really does. It's the cause of weight gain, the expanded waistline that ladies get, and no amount of exercise or diets are affecting that. Mood swings, depression, those kind of things, feeling hungry all the time, cravings out of control, and just not being satisfied with your food whatsoever, just like you could just keep eating and eating and eating. And it has you snacking all day long and looking for something because you're just not satisfied. And a woman who's not satisfied is a dangerous woman to be around because she becomes sappy and irritable and has mood swings and all those kind of things as well. So basically, we want to get you past this condition where the cell is not absorbing the insulin that is being provided by the pancreas. I can tell you a little bit of scientific stuff, but I know basically you just want to know how. So in other words, the insulin's being rejected by the cell because it's closed off, because it's just had so much insulin pumped through there because of the sugar cravings and everything else. And remembering that the insulin is there because its job is to lower the blood sugar, but the more sugar you eat, the more insulin is required, so it keeps pumping insulin into your body, and the cells are just going, we can't take any more. It's just, we're just overfaced with insulin, so it shuts off from insulin, so it becomes resistant and it becomes hungry. And eventually, if the cell is hungry all the time, it will die. And that includes your brain function as well. So, you know, cells in your brain, cells around your body, you'll just have a massive die-off of cells. So the cell is getting no fuel, feeling hungry all the time, and craving sugar. Now, those are some of the main symptoms to look for. Because the signal is going from the cell all the time back to the pancreas, just saying, I am starving, send me some food. So it's craving food, but the food that you're craving is spiking your insulin again. You've eaten so much sugar that your body's kind of going, oh my God, so much sugar, we need to lower the blood sugar level. And so it's putting insulin in there to do that. And your body's just flooded with insulin all the time. And people who are in this state, ladies who are in this state, you have 5 to 7 times more insulin than you need, than a normal person who is not struggling with weight. So you can look at someone, and we often do this, don't we? We often look at someone and they're doing the same diet as us, they're not doing as much exercise as us, but bloody hell, they're not struggling in the same way as us to do with weight. And we've got into this catch-22 situation. So we just kind of want to try and get you out of that situation altogether. It really damages the body. It affects, you know, your high blood pressure. You've got high blood pressure, in other words, you know, stress. This is why you're moody and irritable, because because there's just too much insulin running around your body. The hormone is trying to do its work, and the blood sugar rises and rises and rises and rises, and the hormone just can't do what it's set out to do. It can't lower the blood sugar. And so the cell is feeling starved, hungry, ravenous all day long, and just sending out all these cravings. If you can't get fuel into the cell, like I said before, it will die. And if these cells in your brain, when you have a massive die-off, you get Alzheimer's. It's a long process with it has big consequences over and above just having diabetes and things like that. But you can reverse all of this by changing your fuel. So what causes this amount of, you know, insulin resistance? This is what we're calling it, insulin resistance. Overproduction of insulin. The pancreas is just pumping and pumping and pumping and pumping out insulin until at one point it's just going to be starved and it won't be able to pump out insulin anymore. The pancreas actually just doesn't work anymore. And what causes that is the overconsumption of sugar and carbs and eating too frequently. There are other things as well, like massively stressed and having an awful lot of confrontation things to deal with, which pumps insulin around your body, which is a fight and flight, which I often talk about. Today I'm just talking about the actual sort of nutritional side. But you can fix this. You can fix this. But this is why, you know, no amount of weight is going to be lost through exercising, because you need to fix this. And no amount of weight is going to be lost through dieting, because you need to fix this. And so many diets are still pumping a whole load of bloody sugar around your body. And when you're exercising, you're pumping a whole load of insulin around your body. And what happens? Your body can't deal with it. You've still got insulin resistance and nothing's changing in your body. You're just getting sicker and more tired. That doesn't work, does it? So that's why diets will never work to do with this. And this is, if this is something that's coming up for you, the Body Code quiz definitely highlights this for you. The questions I've got there are the three main things: to do with your weight, to do with the gut bacteria, to do with your gas, to do with your mood swings, to do with your gut health. So the sort of symptoms that you're getting, like diarrhea, constipation, those kind of things, exhaustion, they are red flags to me. Red flags. Oh my God, this poor woman, she is suffering with insulin resistance, and we can reverse it. But if you go to a nutritionalist who's keen on vegan or keen on, you know, and she's slim and gorgeous and she's never had this problem, she won't know how to fix that for you. And if you go to the gym and he's like, yes, get on the cycle machine, do this, run this, row on the rowing machine, lift weights, and you're like, oh, okay. But if that guy isn't your age, hasn't had those kind of symptoms, doesn't have your kind of lifestyle, he has no idea how to advise you how to get past insulin resistance and get happy hormones. And yes, again, there have been very, you know, well-known studies that have shown now that the gut bacteria, your gut flora, your gut micro, that's why I always talk about your guts as well, can have a serious healthy effect on your hormones. So when you get them all working together, boom, everything works. The cells take in the food again. So what we need to be able to do is change the fuel in your system. Hi Marion, how are everybody for coming on and popping on and watching? Thank you very much. We need to be able to change the fuel in your body, because the more sugars you eat, the more you'll be spiking your insulin, and you're never going to get your cells to be happy. You're never going to get your hormones to do the job that they came here to do, which was to lower the blood sugar level. So we need to be able to change your fuel over so that you're not taking in any sugar for a little while, so that we can just get you back to ground zero. But make sure it's a healthy diet so that it's still getting your key nutrients, you're still getting your zincs, your vitamins, all your vitamins, a massive amount of minerals, chromium, magnesium, B vitamins. We need all of those so that we can give health back to the pancreas. We can put the hormones back in place, and we're starting working with a healthy body rather than trying to sort of sort something out and keeping the body in the same rhythm. We really need to make a big change so that this works. But we need to give you the kind of fuel that is satisfying. We need to give you the kind of fuel that fills you up, so that you and you like Valerie, Elaine and Nikki and Marie, who are all going, oh my God, Fiona, I just don't crave food anymore. I'm full, I eat less, and I'm feeling absolutely fantastic. I've got so much energy. What are you doing? What have you done to me? This is amazing. And the bonus is that they lose weight. So the nutrition rather is 20% of what we do. When we do the 2 to 10 dress sizes, when we are taking your body to another level of energy. And your eating pattern is another one. We really need to find out what is your eating pattern, what works best for you, so that the snacking is not an issue, so that the overeating is not an issue, so that the calling and the craving for sugars and just keep eating is not a thing for you. So we need to find your happy balance with that as well. Being also motivated and having a very calm mind, knowing how to find peace of mind in any situation so that you're not triggered by stress, confrontation and all the things that are going on around the body. because that puts you into fight and flight mode, and you will be a different kind of sensitivity to me. I might react to some things and not to other things that you react to. So again, we need to find your balance. We need to find out what are the main things that are sending you off into fight and flight mode, which pushes insulin around the body. And if you've got insulin running around the body, you will not lose weight, and exercise won't help you lose weight either. So diets and exercise will not lose weight. So like I said, 20% is the changing the fuel, the nutrition. 40% is the eating pattern. If we can get you into a good rhythmic eating pattern and that works for you, that you absolutely love, oh my God, that's 40%. So altogether, that's 60% of the whole deal. The other 40% of it is working through your calm mind, being able to get you to cope in situations that are confronting you, getting you into fight and flight. That's 40%. How do I know that this is working, Fiona? People often say to me, how will I know that this is working? You will know in a very, very short space of time. Your hunger will go down. You just won't be so hungry. You'll just not be getting those cells kind of screaming and starving and saying, feed me now, craving, ravenous for food. You just won't have that anymore. You're just like, no, I'm not hungry, I don't want to eat. Who am I? What have you done with Fiona? She's not hungry. The belly fat will decrease rapidly. The belly fat that has gone around your middle in particular and around the organs, that will change, that will reduce in a very short space of time. You'll just see a poof, a plop, that weight has gone. And then it's a question of getting the weight that's a little bit behind that. So we need to change, tweak certain things and get rid of that. But, massive changes in a very short space of time. Your blood sugar, down. Your blood pressure, down. Just less stressed. I've seen, this is what happens. So like Valerie and Elaine and Nikki and Marie and all these ladies have had massive results, I tell you. Like 5 dress sizes and one lady 10 dress sizes. When I first started working with them, they were very reactive, and you could just see, boom, spikes, they were just reactive, very reactive to what was going on, like chaos and drama. And then after a moment of time, when we'd taken them off the sugars and the carbs and all those kind of things, which make you spike like that, they really have this boom energy, and then bash energy, like this peaks and troughs of your energy system. They really, really were going incredibly high with the amount of sugar, and it kind of messed up their mind and their thinking and their irritability and their on-force. What I loved seeing was just so beautiful, was that their energy was just more flowing like that. And it was just, this thing happened this week, and I could see what was happening. I was noticing what was happening, but it didn't affect me. I'm like, hallelujah. Isn't that just amazing? You can see and you can be in that state that would normally send you into a complete freaking panic, and it's not happening anymore. So you're not being triggered on the fight and flight. So the blood sugars and blood pressure is just easy. You won't feel groggy in the morning. You'll be like, yay, get me on it. New day. Let's go make myself pretty and get out there and do it. Also, you'll just have so much more energy. You'll have the energy that works with your body, and it's amazingly different how much energy you have. So this is what I'm always working on. But if you haven't taken the body code quiz, take the body code quiz. Let's just find out where your insulin levels are. Have a consultation with me. Let's just see the first thing that would be the best thing for you to do next. And I think the nicest thing about when we get all of this organized, or when we get all of the hormones, instead of them being out of whack, peaks and troughs, when we get everything organized, when you come home to like, this is how I like to feel in my body. This is a woman who's satisfied. This is a woman who can say at the end of the day, I'm a very satisfied woman. You're satisfied with so many other things around you as well. You're not grumpy about the mess, or grumpy about things that are going on in the news, or you just ride the wave. It's not a rodeo anymore. You're just riding the wave. You're just in a canoe and surfing the waves. It's just, all right, okay, that's fine. I can deal with that. When you change your hormones around, you're just happier and more satisfied. And isn't that the aim, ladies? Isn't that the aim? That we can just be more bloody well satisfied. I this week am helping you wean yourself off the things that you are addicted to, whether that be coffee, whether that be alcohol, whether that be sugars. I'm just helping you along the path so that you can join me next week when I do my full detox. I am going to be doing my full detox. I am going to be doing a 3-day fast. I am going to be taking in lots of greens. I'm going to be eating lots of salads and getting myself into my next level state, which is better for springtime. Winter can be a little bit heavy. So I'm just getting myself pre-prepared to be able to go and do that. Sort my hormones out a little bit, clean myself up a little bit. This is what I do every single year, starting in February. So this is what I'm doing after the full moon, that is the end of January. Because when it's the full moon, it's just so much better. It just draws all the debris out of the body and allows you to rest so beautifully. It just pulls you back down into the earth. So that's what I'm going to be doing. So join me. I've got several ladies joining me, and we are going to be looking at nutrition. I'm going to be supporting you. I'm going to be supporting you with your eating pattern after you've done the detox and the fast. Look, if the detox and the fast is just too scary for you, you cannot believe that you would like not eat for a few days. You're not eating, you're still taking in fibre and shakes, everything that's delivered with the home detox box. There is another way to do it, and let me help you drop those 2 to 10 dress sizes and get back into the body that you absolutely enjoy being in, having happy hormones. It fills me with glee. It tickles me pink when I know that a lady understands her body better and she's like, I love it. I love the way I feel. I can now go to the beach and do so many different things that I didn't do before, and I'm alive. I wasn't living before. I was just mediocre. I was just settling. Well, that's it. That's what I look like. That's what I feel like. Well, maybe that's it now because I'm middle-aged. No, don't let me hear that. That makes me want to cry. Do not give up. Ever, 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 ever. There is always a solution. Everything can always be reversed in your body. If you've got symptoms, then we need to find out what's at the root of those symptoms, and I'm just helping you to do with weight at the moment, just to do with your extended belly and your waistline and your energy levels and your blood sugar levels, and we're just looking at one of the hormones. We're just looking at insulin. But I'll tell you a secret. When you start looking at one area, like one hormone, you start healing one hormone, you heal all the others as well, because they all want healed in the same way. They all want your attention. They all want to feel healthy. They all want to get themselves back on track. And when they're back on track and your gut bacteria is back on track, you are back on track. This is your population. Your hormones are like your little population, your little messenger people in and around your body. That's how I was introduced to that years ago. They're my little population. I've got to take care of them. The hormones in my, the bacteria in my gut, they're like my population. They're my world. This is my world that I live in. So I want it to feel good. And every single time I crave crisps, which was my thing, or decide to sort of binge on something, I'm like, oh, isn't that interesting? What's going on? What's going on there? I want to get to the bottom of that, because I really don't want my little population to suffer, because I'm just going to be stuffing myself full of something that doesn't feed them, especially if it's processed and crappy food or alcohol or something like that. Not that that's really the case these days, but sometimes I can have coffee binges, or I can have crisp binges, and I'm like, whoa, wow, why am I doing that? What's going on at a deeper level? So this is where I take people when I work with them on the 2 to 10 dress sizes. Work with you individually to find out what's going on, what's triggering you. Beautiful work, beautiful work. And it's not so much that you reach the goal. It's not so much that you reach your 5 dress sizes off. It's the person that you become when you've done that. It's irrespective. It's a bonus that you lose the weight. It's the person that you come because you committed to yourself. It's the person that you come because You loved yourself enough to do it for yourself, and life became more important than having that extra bag of sweets or packet of crisps or 10 more coffees. You are a very, very satisfied woman at the end of the day, no matter what you've eaten, no matter what you ate, and no matter who you are with. You, because you are the only person who can make you happy. You are the only person who can do this. How many times have you bought videos and DVDs and looked at programs but actually never taken a step forward to do it for yourself? I know I was like that. I bought a health DVD, or I've watched this and I'm like feeling really healthy now, but I'll just go and eat a bag of crisps because, you know, part of my life was not happy. Part of my life I was trying to cover up. And the more I craved those kind of sugars for me, crisps and pastas and those kind of the savoury sugars, I had to listen that my body was actually kind of out of kilter. It was out of whack. It's out of whack. And it was only me that did that, but it's only me that could put it back as well. So that's what I'm talking to you about. And more than anything, I want you to be a really, really satisfied woman. I want you at the end of the day, when you go to bed, to say, I had a good day. I am a very satisfied woman. Whether you're with someone or not, whether you've seen your kids or not, whether you've had everything fall in your lap or not. Being satisfied is a great feeling. I'm going to love you and leave you, and I hope this has been beneficial for you. Hop on a call with me, get a consultation about where your hormones are at, take the body code quiz, or send me a message and just say, yes, I want to join in on the 4-week changing my fuel over, changing my nutrition, changing my eating pattern, and get myself back. I want to be the best version that I can possibly be, because I'm fed up of feeling mediocre. I'm fed up of feeling depressed. I'm fed up of feeling groggy and mood swings and all that kind of rubbish. It just doesn't need to be the case. Lots and lots of love, ladies. Have a great day. It is extremely windy here today. I don't mean gas-wise. I mean outside. It is just blowing a gale. I've listened to it all night and the chicken coop is basically blown away. So that's my afternoon's work with my boys, to put all that back together, give them a home and somewhere to go and lay their eggs. All right, have a lovely day, and I shall be back again soon talking to you again about how to vaccinate yourself, how to get into a really healthy body, just so that you feel absolutely fabulous. That's my only goal, that you feel absolutely fabulous and you know how to do it. Lots of love.